Raise your hand if you don't care how far you hit your drive, you just want to hit the fairway. You want accuracy off your tee shots? You're in the right place. We're going to go through the top 4 reasons why you're not accurate and how to fix it. All right, the big dog. Now, it helps to have a modern driver because of forgiveness. What is forgiveness? Well, if you don't hit the ball on the middle of the club face, which honestly is fairly hard to do consistently, you will have a heel or toe strike, maybe a little high-low. And if you have a modern club like this great Ping G440 Max that I have, you'll be forgiven for off-center strikes. You can catch it a little on the toe and the ball will still fly relatively straight. It will reduce spin and curve on your shot. So if you haven't upgraded your driver in a while, it might be worth checking out and demoing some new equipment like this, and you might be surprised and see some really positive results. Reason number 1 why you're not getting the accuracy you want off the tee is because of your aim. A lot of golfers will expect to see a certain shot shape like a slice, and they start aiming more and more and more left to try to hit the fairway, but you're only doubling down on your pattern. So it's important to get yourself square on the range, practice what that looks like and feels like relative to your target, and then really resolve how to hit the ball straighter. Now, I know this sounds really simple, but most people don't practice with alignment aids on the ground. So get yourself a pair of alignment sticks, lay them down on the ground parallel to where you're aiming towards. So we can have one pointing towards our target line and one more parallel for our feet and our body line. And so if I match these up, now I have a good reference point of what square really looks like. You can check it from behind, make sure they look good, and then come around. But a lot of times if you're used to standing really open or closed, this feels very different. So once you stand square and you start to expose what your real ball flight looks like, it should incentivize you to start really figuring out how to get that club face back to square and change some things about your swing to inspire different motion. So let's start square. Let's give ourselves an opportunity to aim correctly to our targets. And we do hit it straight, we get rewarded. The second reason why you're not hitting the fairway is your ball position is not correct. You probably have the ball position too far back or maybe too far forward, encouraging you to catch the ball on a weird part of the swing arc. A lot of golfers overlook ball position because it's so simple, or they're just used to seeing the ball in a certain part of their stance. When you check your ball position, take one of those alignment rods we were just using and place it perpendicularly this way so you can really see relative to your feet where the ball is. Sometimes if you've been aiming poorly, ball position looks really different once you actually get square. So this will reveal your true ball position, and then you can groove that as your new normal to know that you're in the same place every single time. The third reason why you're not hitting more fairways is because you're swinging too hard. I want you to take an audit of tension in your body and swing effort. Try a 50% swing. That doesn't mean a short swing, although you could also try that. But what if you swung at what felt like 50% effort and not 100? Just slow everything down with full range of motion. You might be surprised at how accurate you start to hit it when you start slowing down, using some good even tempo, and stop muscling it. This is important because it gives you control, especially if we're not worried about distance. And distance and speed will come when you time things up better and the club head actually starts to move faster with the right mechanics. If you're muscling it, a lot of times the body's trying to move faster and the club head actually moves slower. So you might pick up speed and distance just by default. When you actually feel like you're swinging slower with your body, your club head might actually start moving faster. So give it a try. Start at 50% effort with a full range of motion, and then work to 60 and 70 and try to find your sweet spot where you're not worried about going all out. You tone it way back, manage the tension level in your arms and wrists, and you might be pleasantly surprised that you not only will hit more fairways, you might actually hit it as far or farther than you were before when you're trying so hard. One great check on this topic before we move on is to check your balance at finish. If at the end of your swing, you're able to stick your finish like this, come to rest, let the club fall in front of you, that means that you had total control through impact at the end of your swing. If you're not able to do that and you're falling out of your swing at the end, you're taking a step backwards, you're falling towards the ball, you're falling towards the target, You're spinning out. A lot of that sloppy footwork that we see when golfers are muscling it means that they don't have great balance, and balance is control. Balance is power. So tone down your efforts to a level that you can balance. I promise the results will be better. So stick your finish. Last but not least, the fourth reason you're not hitting more fairways is because you're not hitting the center of the face or close to it enough. If you're hitting it way on the toe or way on the heel's a really tough one. You're going to get that big slice spin just more dramatically. So how do you know if you're hitting it in the center or not? Use some face tape or some powder spray, like a Dr. Scholl's foot powder spray for a few bucks at the drugstore, and spray that on your club face lightly, and you'll hit a shot and it'll reveal where your strike pattern is. If you happen to be working with a TrackMan bay or a machine like this, it can also tell you on graphics on the computer where you're hitting it. So a benefit of being in a simulator environment sometimes. But if you see a trend of hitting it out on the toe, it probably means that you're pulling in away from the ball somehow, whether that's a posture change, a swing path issue, a chicken wing, something's happening. So this is something simple you can do if you're constantly hitting it out on the toe. Get a noodle. Isn't that convenient? A little movie magic. There's my noodle inside the golf ball. So if I pull in away from the ball somehow or another, I'm probably going to whiff this noodle and know that I've made an incorrect motion through my swing and changed my spacing and my radius. So just having something simple like this on the ground, a head cover, a water bottle will also do. It'll keep my club more out towards the golf ball for longer, which will help my extension, maybe help me avoid chicken winging, and help me recruit other motions in my body to keep my radius more constant. This should alleviate some of the toe contact that you're seeing if that's the case. Obviously, you can flip the script. If you're hitting it on the heel, move the noodle on the other side of the golf ball and create a boundary on the opposite side. But you have to practice with some kind of feedback. So set good habits at the driving range. Alignment sticks for your setup. Alignment sticks for your ball position. Also, make sure you're not swinging too hard. And last but not least, let's work on our swing so that we can simply get to a place, even if it means taking a little shorter swing or working on our path, that we can find the middle of the face a little more consistently. These are the 4 easiest ways to hitting more fairways, other than, I guess, just getting a good old 7-iron and hitting that down into the middle. That's another option. But at the end of the day, it's really nice to feel confident, whip out that driver, get the distance that you deserve while you're getting the accuracy that you want to be able to play your best golf. I hope you enjoyed these tips. For more videos like this, please like and follow our YouTube account here at True Swing. More videos to come. Stay tuned next week. Signing off, I'm EriKa Larkin.